And so, good day everyone. My presentation is titled Water, Vitamins, and Minerals and Their Sources and Deficiencies in Animal Production. So, these three elements, water, vitamins, and minerals, are crucial or critical. They influence everything from reproduction, growth rate, to immune function, and also bone density. So, understanding their roles is a key to maximizing efficiency and minimizing disease in any livestock operation. So, over the next few minutes, we're going to explore why these components are so essential, where animals get them or their sources, and most importantly, the clear and often costly signs of deficiency that we need to watch out. So, by the end of the lesson, the students should be able to explain the importance and functions of water in animals. So identify water sources and signs of deficiency. Also, to differentiate between fat soluble and water soluble vitamins. Also to describe their functions, sources, and deficiencies, or and also to explain the role of vitamins in animals' growth health. And lastly, to classify minerals as macro and micro and give examples, and also to discuss their key functions and deficiencies of major minerals, and also to explain how minerals and vitamins work together in animal nutrition. So we're going to start with number one, which is water. So now water is often the most forgotten nutrient, but it is actually the most important. An animal can lose almost all of its fat and have half of its protein and still can live. But if it loses just 10 to 12% of its body water, it can die. So it is very crucial. So to wrap up our discussion on water, let's look at this slide one more time. So it makes up a huge part of animal body weight, from 50% all, all the way up to 81% in some young animals. So this is why water is so fundamental for survival. So an animal can live for weeks without food, but a severe lack of water can be deadly in just few days. Now, where does animal can get its water? So it is not just drinking trough from a drinking trough or a water bowl. We need to remember that the feed is also a major source. So let's look at these three main types of food listed here. So we have wet food, dry food, and fresh food. So there is also hidden source of water called metabolic water. So the animal's body produces this small amount of water. So naturally yon, when it breaks down from fat carbohydrates for energy. So this is very important survival mechanism for animals in desert. For those that hibernate in the desert, and as it gives them a little extra water when they can drink. So water is a vital solvent for all of an animal physiological functions with its unique properties making it essential for life. So water has four major jobs in animal body. So we have nutrient transport and also metabolism and digestion. Another is temperature and regulation and also lubrication. So water is essential for water is essential worker that allows the body to give, grow, and stay healthy. So without it, the whole system breaks down. We need to know the signs of water deficiency because it happens fast and very serious. So we have here the first one, lethargy and weakness. So the animal will look very tired and weak. So another is dry gums and sunken eyes. The gums inside the mouth will be dry and sticky instead of wet. And also the eyes can look sunken or pushed back into the head. Another is poor skin elasticity. So this is the classic test. If you gently pinch the skin on the animal's neck or a shoulder, healthy skin snaps back quickly. If the animal is dehydrated, the skin will stay pinched or return to its place very slowly. So this means the fluids are low. Another is decreased urination. So the body tries to save water. So the animal will urinate less often. And when it does, the urine will look very dark and concentrated because of the kidneys are holding on a very or every drop of water as they can. And lastly is the loss of appetite. So when the animal is very dehydrated, it often stops wanting to eat. So we must remember that recognizing these signs are getting help. We need to get help quickly. So prompt the veterinary care and so on and so forth. So dehydration is very fast and fatal crisis. Now let's move on to the vitamins, which is the organic micronutrients. So vitamins are natural materials that animals need for health. Even though only small amounts are required, they are essential for normal body functions and growth. So the animal's body usually cannot make its own vitamins, so they must come from the food the animal eats for uh, special or from special supplements. So we put vitamins into two main categories. So those are dissolved in fat, and those that dissolve in water. So here we have fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. Let's focus first on fat soluble vitamins. We have vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin E, and also vitamin K. So they are called fat soluble because they dissolved in fat and they are absorbed into the body along with the dietary fats. So these vitamins are stored in the body's fatty tissues, particularly in the liver, for later use. We are starting with one of the most important fat soluble vitamins, which is the vitamin A, also called retinol. So vitamin A plays many roles in animal health. So like other vitamins, meaning it's a micronutrient, meaning animal needs a small amount. So but they cannot make enough of it for themselves. So they absolutely must get it from their diet. So where do animals get this essential vitamin? So there are two main forms. We have perform vitamin A and uh, provitamin A. So ano ba yung perform vitamin A, which is the retinoids. So this is the active form. It comes from animal products like liver, fish oils, eggs, and dairy. See, so we have carnivores, which is the meat eaters. Like cats must get it from their must get their vitamin A from their animal sources. Sa provitamin A naman or the carotenoids, these forms come from plants like the green and yellow color in vegetables. Sa herbivores naman, plant eaters or the herbivores and omnivores like cows and dogs can eat these plants and their bodies can change to plant form into the active vitamin A as they need. So vitamin A is essential for four main functions. We have A with number one, which is the vision, and that's essential for vision. So number two, that's immune function. Another is cell growth and development. And so number four is reproductive health. Ayan. So, sa deficiencies naman, because vitamin A does so many jobs, deficiency show many serious signs. Number one is that night blindness. Another is severe eye problems. Next is impaired immunity and other problems like it can also cause dull coat, poor appetite, and also problems with bone growth in young animals. Next up is another fat-soluble vitamin, which is the vitamin D, also known as the calciferol. So vitamin D is different because it acts like a hormone than a simple vitamin. So its main job is to control how an animal body uses two important minerals. We have calcium and phosphorus. So this is essential for having strong, healthy bones and skeletons. So interestingly, unlike many other nutrients, some animals can actually make their own vitamin D when they are out in the sun. So animals get vitamin D into two ways. We have first is sunlight exposure and second is dietary sources. So vitamin D has few specific jobs, all focused on getting and using calcium and phosphorus. First is intestinal absorption, second is kidney reabsorption, third is bone remodeling. And since vitamin D controls bone minerals, a lack of it causes problems with the skeleton. So, una is rickets. So, this affects young growing animals. So, their bones become too soft and weak. Yan po yung nangyayari. So, second is osteomalacia. Ito naman po ay nangyari. The same problem, but in adult animals naman. So, vitamin D is crucial for strong, healthy frame. Our next vitamin is vitamin E, so also called tocopherol. So this is another fat-soluble vitamin that the body stores mainly in the liver. So its main job is to be a powerful antioxidant. So think of it as a bodyguard for the animal cells. It protects cells from damage caused by harmful molecules in the body, which helps the body or the whole body stay healthy and functional. Vitamin E is essentially found in plant-based foods. So we have vegetables, another is whole grains, and leafy green vegetables. So vitamin E's protective role affects three key areas. So we have muscle and nervous system functions, another is immune system, and reproductive health. So vitamin E's most important function is an antioxidant. It protects cell membranes and other components from damage caused by oxidative stress, and this is crucial for muscle and nerves. So, when an animal lacks vitamin E, the cell damage starts to show in serious ways. So, we have reproductive issues. Another is no neurological problems and weakened immune systems. Next vitamin is vitamin K. So vitamin K is mostly known for its crucial job in blood clotting. So it helps the body mix the necessary proteins that allow the blood to form a clot and stop bleeding. So without enough vitamin K, an animal can suffer from severe bleeding. Unlike other vitamins, animals get vitamin K from two different places. So vitamin K1 or a phylloquinone and another is vitamin K2 is also called as menaquinones. So, so vitamin K1, these forms come from plants, especially leafy green vegetables like kale, spinach, and animals that eat plants like cow, sheep get these from their diet. So vitamin K2 naman, this is a special source of bacteria living inside the gut, especially ruminant animals like cows and sheep. So can actually produce vitamin K2. So this means these animals are often able to make most of the vitamin K they need for themselves. Vitamin K has two main functions. So, una is blood clotting and pangalawa is bone metabolism. So, deficiency in vitamin K is often not due to a poor diet, but due to something blocking its use in the body. So, the main sign of lack of vitamin K is severe. So, uncontrolled bleeding. So, there are two major causes of this blockage in animals. One is hemorrhagic sweet clover disease. So this happens when cattle eat spoiled sweet clover hay, and the mold in the clover contains a poison that stops vitamin K from working, so leading into a internal bleeding. See, another is a rodenticide poisoning. So this is most common cause in pets. So rats and mouse poisons are designed to be powerful drugs that blocks the vitamin K, causing the poisoned animal to bleed in death. So other causes can include long-term use of antibiotics, which kill the helpful gut bacteria that makes the vitamin K2, or liver disease, which stops the liver from causing or from using the vitamin. So now next is water soluble vitamins. So this includes vitamin B complex and vitamin C. So the main thing to know about this group is that they are not stored in the body. So they dissolve in water and the body uses it when it needs. So and flushes the rest out of the urine. So this means animals must get the fresh supply from every single day. So the B complex vitamins are a group of 8 different vitamins. Their primary role is helping the body release energy from the food and the food the animal eats. So the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. They are like spark plugs that keep the body energy engine running. So animal usually get B vitamins from few places. So we have first whole grains and yeast. Second is meat and dairy products, and a third leafy greens. Every B vitamins has a specific job, but they all relate in energy and basic life functions. So in B1, also known as the thiamine, helps turn food, especially carbohydrates, into energy and supports the nerves and muscles. B12 naman, riboflavin, help energy release and keeps skin, eyes, and nerves healthy. The B3 naman, also known as niacin, also vital for energy metabolism and how cells communicate. B5, pantothenic acid, a key part of the process that help the body use both fats and carbohydrates. Another is B6 or pyridoxine, important for how the body uses amino acids. The building blocks of protein, which is the amino acids, and makes helps make red blood cells. Another is B7 or the biotin, essential for overall process of metabolism, helping the body create fats and glucose. Next is B9, also known as folate, crucial for making new DNA and for cell division, especially for healthy red blood cells. And lastly, B12, cobalamin, required to make healthy red blood cells and maintain a healthy nervous system. Because B vitamins are so involved in energy and nerve health, deficiencies show up in a few severe ways. First is anemia. So, a lack of vitamin B12 means the body can't make enough healthy red blood cells. So, this causes anemia, leading to weakness and lost appetite because of the animal can't move enough oxygen. Another is nerve damage. Next is poor coat health. Let's move on to vitamin C, which is also known as or ascorbic acid. So vitamin C is a vital for health. So here's an important fact about vitamin C. Most domestic farm animals, like cows, chickens, and pigs, can make their own vitamin C. So inside their bodies. So because of this, they usually don't need it to add it to their food. So however, the animals, including humans, guinea pigs, and some fish, must get it from their diet. So you can get vitamin C from variety of plant-based foods, namely fruits. We have citrus fruits, berries, melons, which are rich in vitamin C. Another is vegetables, leafy greens like spinach, kale, as well as bell peppers, broccoli, and are also excellent sources. So vitamin C plays several crucial role in the body. First is antioxidant, second is collagen synthesis, third is iron absorption, fourth immune system, and fifth stress response. So a lack of vitamin C can lead to several symptoms, primarily due to the body's inability to produce enough collagen. So bleeding gums, that's the one of the deficiencies or symptoms. Bleeding gums. Second is joint pain, and another is poor wound healing. Okay. Now let's move on to minerals. First, uh, let's focus on microelements or macroelements. So minerals are inorganic elements essential for the body's physiological functions and metabolic processes. They are categorized as either macro minerals that are required in large amount and microminerals required in small amounts. First is calcium. Calcium is the most abundant mineral in animal's body. So and is vital numerous for numerous physiological functions. So while its primary role is in forming the skeletal structure, it also has critical functions in cellular processes throughout the body. Calcium can be obtained from both dietary and supplemental sources. So sa dietary sources, we have dairy products. We have here the milk, cheese, yogurt, and are excellent sources of highly absorbable calcium. Next is leafy greens. We have here leafy vegetables like kale, broccoli, which is contain significant amounts of calcium. Supplemental sources naman, we have bone meal, a commonly dietary supplement for pets. Bone meal is a rich source for both calcium and phosphorus. Another is limestone for livestock like chicken, cows, and calcium supplement often comes from ground limestone. So calcium plays far more than just a structural role. So we have here is skeletal structure, nerve impulse transmission, muscle contraction, blood clotting, and hormone and enzyme regulation. Those are the functions of calcium. Okay, so calcium deficiency causes three major issues. We have rickets in the young, osteoporosis naman on adults, and milk fever on lactating animals. So next is phosphorus. Phosphorus is an essential mineral and the second most important or most abundant mineral in the body. So right after the calcium. So it works closely with calcium to build and maintain the skeletal system. However, its role extends far beyond bones. Each fundamental component of the body genetic material, which is the DNA and RNA, the energy currency, which is the ATP. Phosphorus is widely available in several types of feed. So we have here grains, another is meat fish, another example is bone meal. Okay. And phosphorus is central for several life-sustaining processes. So bone and teeth, it forms hydroxyapatite crystals with calcium to provide structural strength. Next is energy. It is a core component of ATP, which is the body primarily energy currency. And genetic material, it forms part of the backbone of the DNA and RNA, carrying genetic information. Next is cell structure. It is not necessary to form phospholipids in all cells membranes. Lastly is the pH balance. It acts as a buffer to help regulate the body acid-base balance. A lack of adequate phosphorus can severely impact the animal's health and development. Uh, because one of the deficiencies symptoms is bone deformities. So this causes rickets, soft bones, lameness, and stunt growth in young animals, and bone pain, weakness in adults. So another is stunted growth due to its essential role in ATP production and metabolism. A deficiency of these minerals severely impacts all or overall development and energy levels. And next is pica. So pica, this is a key behavioral symptoms. So where animals crave and chew non-food items like rocks and woods in an attempt to seek out the missing minerals. Next is sodium, potassium, and chloride. These three minerals are major electrolytes in animals' body. So electrolytes are minerals that have electrical charge when dissolved in body fluids, allowing them to conduct electricity. And they are crucial for maintaining fluid balance, proper nerve functions, and effective muscle contraction. So the precise balance of these electrolytes is vital for homeostasis and the body ability to maintain a stable internal environment. So these electrolytes are commonly available in the diet. So we have sodium and chloride. Another is potassium. Okay, this mineral found in many unprocessed foods, including fresh meats, leafy greens, fruits, and certain grains. So sodium chloride that's consumed together with the table salt, which is the sodium. Salt is common supplement provided as a leak or block in livestock or pet feed to ensure adequate intake. So each electrolyte has a specific role. So sodium, the primary electracellular cations, which is the positive ion outside the cell. It is essential for maintaining fluid balance and blood pressure. Another is potassium, the primary intracellular cations, positive ion inside the cell. So it is critical for nerve and muscle function by maintaining the cell electrical charge, resting membrane potential. And lastly is the chloride, the major extracellular anion, negative ion outside the cell. So it works closely with sodium for fluid balance and is a key component of stomach hydrochloric acid for digestion. Because of these electrolytes govern fluid and electrical balance, deficiencies can rapidly lead to life-threatening issues. Una is dehydration. Yan. Pangalawa, we have muscle issues. And then next is uh, nervous system impairment. Okay, a deficiency disrupts nerve impulses, causing symptoms like confusion, lethargy, and severe neurological disorders. Next is cardiac issues. So the precise balance of these electrolytes, especially potassium, is essential for maintaining the electrical signals that regulate the heart. So a deficiency can lead to a dangerous cardiac arrhythmias or irregular heartbeat. Another is pica. Okay, so this is the behavioral sign of deficiency, particularly in salt craving. So it causes animals to chew non-food items, so such as dirt, wood, in an attempt to seek out the missing minerals. Next minerals is magnesium, often called master mineral, due to its incredible versatility and involvement in almost every major metabolic process. You can get magnesium from a variety of foods. One is excellent sources. We have nuts, seeds, whole grains, dark leafy greens like spinach, and other sources like legumes, something like beans, lentils, and some fish. Magnesium plays several critical roles in the body. So, first, enzyme catalyst. It participates in over 300 enzyme reactions, supporting uh, everything from DNA and RNA synthesis to carbohydrate metabolism. Next is muscle nerve function, also energy production, bone health. It maintains bone structure by regulating calcium and working with vitamin D. And also cardiovascular health. It is essential for controlling blood pressure and maintaining a stable heart rhythm. A lack of magnesium can lead to serious health issues in both humans and livestock. One is that muscle issues and causes tremors and weakness due to the inability of the muscles to properly relax. Another is cardiac issues. Another is grass tetany livestock. It is a it is an acute, often fatal condition characterized by severe muscle spasms and convulsions in grazing animals. Next mineral is sulfur, a lesser known but equally essential nutrient because of its structural role in the body. So since sulfur is an integral part of amino acids, any food high in high quality protein will provide a ample of sulfur. So one of the primary sources is protein-rich foods such as meats, poultry, fish, eggs, and legumes. Protein structure is also a key component of amino acids, methionine and cysteine. So these sulfur-containing amino acids form strong bonds that determine the three-dimensional shape and function of proteins, including keratin, which is found in the hair, skin, and etc. Another is detoxification. Sulfur compounds are vital for to the liver's ability to detoxify and excrete harmful substances. So connective tissue, another is connective tissue. It is required for producing glucosamine and chondri- jon- chondroitin, which is essential for components of cartilage and joint fluid. And another is a vitamin component. It is a part of extractive of two B vitamins, thiamine and biotin. A specific sulfur deficiency is extremely rare under normal circumstances. A diet that provides adequate protein will supply sufficient sulfur, so making a primary deficiency virtually non-existent. So if protein intake is critically low, the symptoms of low intake would align with general protein malnutrition. So something like poor growth, poor skin or hair quality, rather than the specific sulfur only deficiency. Now let's move on to or another type of minerals, which is the microelements. Let's start with uh, iron. So iron is a vital mineral for all animals. So primarily known for its essential role in oxygen transport. throughout the body. So it is a fundamental component of several key proteins, making it crucial for energy metabolism and overall health. So iron is available from both animals and plant sources. We have animal sources. We have here the meat and liver. Plant sources naman, we have here legumes, leafy greens, and fortified cereals. But this form is less readily absorbed than the heme iron. So the primary function of iron is centered in on respiration. So the main role of iron is to form a key component of hemoglobin. So the protein is in red blood cells. So the protein in red blood cells that transports oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body, and also iron unique ability to bind with oxygen is what makes this entire life sustaining process possible. Iron deficiency results in the body being unable to move enough oxygen, leading to anemia and the following symptoms. So we have here lethargy and weakness, pale mucous membranes, another is poor growth, and lastly, reduce the appetite. Next minerals is copper. So copper is a trace mineral that is essential for animal health. It's needed for very small amounts, but its role as a component of numerous enzymes makes it a vital for wide range of bodily functions. So you can find copper in various food sources. We have organ meats, nuts and legumes, grain and forages, and etc. So copper is involved in four major systems. So number one is iron metabolism. Number two is pigmentation. Number three is connective tissues. And number four is nervous system. So a copper deficiency can have widespread effects across multiple systems. So we have here anemia. Second is poor hair or coat. And lastly, the stunted growth. Another is lameness in or bone issues. Next is neurological symptoms. Next mineral is zinc. So zinc is a vital trace mineral that serves as a cofactor for over 300 enzymes so in the body. So it's essential for a wide range of biological processes from DNA synthesis to immune function and skin health. So zinc can be obtained from both animal and plant-based foods. So first is meat fish, especially red meat, which provides highly bioavailable zinc. Another is fortified cereals. Next is plant-based sources, such as grains, legumes, and nuts. But this zinc is less absorbable because binding compounds are called phytates. Zinc functions are broad, impacting nearly every system. So first is enzyme activity. So its component hundreds of enzymes involve metabolism and the synthesis of RNA and DNA. Next is skin and coat health. It's crucial for cell division, wound healing, and maintaining healthy skin and hair. Next is immune function. It's needed for the development of activation of the lymphocytes to fight infections. And lastly, the reproductive health. It's essential for normal reproductive functions. A deficiency in zinc primarily affects properly dividing cells, which is the skin, immune system, and the growth cells. So skin lesions or the causes thickened, crusty, and scaly skin, especially around the face of joints. Another is poor growth. So another is next is impaired wound healing and compromised immune system. So causes increased susceptibility to infections due to a weakened immune response. Selenium. So selenium is a trace mineral that is crucial component for the body's antioxidant defense system. It's often discussed alongside vitamin E because of two nutrients work synergistically to protect cells from oxidative damage. So the primary sources of selenium are heavily influenced by the environment. So we have here grains and forages and meat and fish. Selenium's primarily function is a component of enzyme glutathione peroxidase. So this enzyme works with vitamin E to protect cells from damage by neutralizing harmful free radicals and peroxides that are a natural byproduct of metabolism. So this antioxidant function is critical for maintaining the health of all cells, particularly those in muscle and nerves. Due to its role in cell protection, a deficiency of selenium leads to damage in highly metabolic tissues. So, white muscle disease, another is reproductive problems and weakened immune system. Manganese. So, manganese is a vital trace mineral primarily known for its enzyme activating properties. So, manganese is abundantly found in whole grains, nuts, legumes, and tea. Manganese plays several critical roles in the body. One is enzyme cofactor. So it acts as a cofactor of numerous enzymes, including manganese superoxide dismutase, which is one of the body most important or most potent antioxidant and helps to protect the mitochondria from damage by neutralizing free radicals. Another is metabolism, and next is bone connective tissues. Dietary deficiency is very rare. So when the deficiency does occur, it can result in impaired growth, skeletal defects due to its role in bone formation. Next mineral is cobalt. Cobalt role in human nutrition is uniquely tied in single vitamin, making it a critical tough indirect nutrient. The indirect nutrient. Cobalt is commonly nutritionally significant when consumed as a part of vitamin B12, which is exclusively found in animal-derived foods. So we have here meat, fish, dairy, and eggs. Cobalt function is centered to its relationship with vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 component. So cobalt is an integral and central component of the structure of vitamin B12, which is the cobalamin. Another is nerve and blood cell formation. So because it is a part of B12, cobalt is necessary for red blood cell formation and maintaining the myelin sheath surrounding nerve cells, which is crucial for proper nerve function. A cobalt deficiency essentially mirrors a vitamin B12 deficiency, leading to megaloblastic anemia and irreversible nerve damage. Next is iodine. So iodine is arguably one of the most critical trace minerals for development and metabolic rate. So because iodine content is in soil varies widely, the most reliable sources of those that are consistently fortified or naturally concentrated. So one of the sources is either salt, another is seafoods and dairy products. Iodine's entire function revolves around the thyroid gland. So thyroid hormone synthesis and another is metabolic regulation and and development. Deficiency is a major global health concern and most common preventable cause of intellectual disability worldwide. So one is goiter. It causes goiter and or enlargement of the thyroid gland as the gland attempts to absorb more iodine from the blood. Another is cretinism. If the deficiency is severe and occur during pregnancy, it can lead to cretinism. Cretinism, severe or irreversible intellectual development disability in newborns. And last minerals, microminerals is molybdenum, the waste manager. So molybdenum is a crucial element in the body's management of certain waste products. Molybdenum is found broadly in many plant-based foods like legumes, grains, nuts, leafy green vegetables, and others. Molybdenum's primary role in supporting the body's detoxification process is that enzyme cofactor. Molybdenum is a cofactor of several key enzymes, including sulfite oxidase and xanthine oxidase. Another is detoxification and waste processing. These enzymes play a critical role in the breakdown of clearance of specific metabolic waste products and toxin, particularly the processing of sulfur-containing amino acids into less harmful forms and the breakdown of purines into uric acid. So a dietary deficiency is extremely rare due to its widespread presence in food. So, however, a genetic disorder called molybdenum cofactor deficiency exists, which prevents the body from utilizing molybdenum. This condition leads to inability to activate the dependent enzymes, causing the toxic buildup of substance or substances like sulfite, which results in severe intractable seizures and brain dysfunction, often fatal in early childhood. So here I prepared an essay exams in each subtopics. So water, vitamins, and minerals. So that is for today. Thank you very much.